April 3rd, 2020, day 22 of the quarantine. This is In Your Face with Fischer. How we all doing today? We got some news on your friendly coronavirus. For our state and country. Confirmed cases today, 3,437. That's up 398. The last time we were on air, we had 2,565. So we've had almost 1,000 cases in 2 days. 102 deaths. The last time we were on air, we had 65. So it is making its rounds, and it's here. Don't know how you feel about taking precaution, but I think more and more people are double thinking this, that it's not a 5G and it's not a pretend virus planted by the government to seize our property and our freedoms. Although I do believe in a new world order, I don't believe in it. I don't believe that's what this is. United States, well over 250,000 cases, 276,392. That's up 36,272. Deaths are up to 7,381. That's up 1,587. Recovered as of today, 12,268. Boy, China did a lot better than us. You know, if you look at the numbers, they've done a wonderful job. Well, and you expect that with a country, a nation that is so reverent of life. You would expect that from them. Great government, caring government, loving government that loves their people. And most importantly, loves the world. That's why they lied. I said it once, I'll say it again. Got a cure for the past 4 pandemics that we've seen in this world. The last 4 pandemics I got a cure for. Eliminate China and you don't have those pandemics. I believe the world should not let China get away with what they've gotten away with. Statistics say that 95% of everything that's going on could have been stopped had China been truthful with the people. But the World Health Organization and the CDC is taking all of the talking points of China. Are you understanding they're not our friend? I understand a lot of people saying, why should I Drudge did have a story on it, but until I get Kyle, until I get a better number, the numbers, if you go by, that's why I don't even worry about saying the world numbers, because China is lying their asses off. So I don't even bother saying the world numbers, because that is just fictitious as they come. And I know some will say, well, why would you believe any numbers that are out there? I tend to believe our state numbers are our country's numbers, I tend to believe because they don't look good. They're telling us to buckle up. All these doctors, President of the United States, they're telling us to buckle up because the next 2 weeks we are going to see numbers, especially in the mortality rate, that are frightening. Far surpassing influenza itself. You may not believe them. I don't know. I know a couple people that were nonchalant about it, and they've pretty much changed their minds about what's going on with this whole virus. We'd love to hear your opinions on it today. We'd like to talk with you, and if you have any concerns, questions, feel free at any time to give us a call. Our number is 219-380-9918. We'll put that on the screen, but it is 219-380-9918. Again, 219. I gotta say it as I type it. 380-9918. You can call in at any time. If someone's on the phone, we got one line. So if you want to call, argue with me, tell me why I'm wrong, give your point of view. Everybody has their opinions, and they're always... I notice these people on Facebook, they really want to type their opinions and come out, and when I type something, they really get pissed off, and they Facebook yell at me, which I giggle at. But no one ever wants to talk. No one ever wants to tell me, hey, why I'm wrong, or the theory, other than Joe, who I call up and listen to, and I want to talk to Joe. But other than that, no one really wants to debate. As a matter of fact, we talk about it right now. Joe is on the line, so let's hear from Joe. I'm sure that Joe and I will disagree and argue and fight for your entertainment. How you doing tonight, Joe?
Yeah, I was just it dinged that you were going to do the podcast, and I laid down here in the bed, and I fell asleep, and my phone's going ding, ding, ding. Like, what is that?
You don't need sleep. You don't need
what?
sleep.
Yeah, I did 16 hours, 12 days in a row.
Oh, that's nothing.
I left last night, and I was like, oh man, I was so tired. I was feeling sick. Now, like sick. I just, my brain was scrambled. I couldn't think. I'm just like, but yeah, I've been trying to stay awake all day. I slept until 9:30 or 10, something like that. So that's good.
All right, buddy. So what are you thinking? What are you hearing? I know you're going to disagree with everything I have to say, but
all I heard was ding, ding.
All right, good. Well, I'm given the numbers, and I said, I don't believe the world numbers.
Yeah.
I believe China. If you look at all the numbers that all the countries are given, China's is so unbalanced compared to everybody else's. There's no way in this world those numbers are correct. I tend to believe our state numbers because everybody knows what I believe about Indiana, that I believe it's one of the best, or if not the greatest state in the union. But
every year they have a freedom. I don't know what's. I'll see, like worldwide, they do the Freedom Index.
Yeah.
They put all the countries on the freedom with all the different categories and stuff.
Yeah.
Indiana always comes up third out of 50 states.
That ain't
One
bad.
or two switch around sometimes. For a long time, New Hampshire was coming up number one. I think North Dakota did one time or something, but But kind of hard not to be free when you only got to control 2 people, you know.
Yeah.
You know, and it's cold too, so it's, you know, it's hard to get out and be a tyrant when it's, you know, really, really cold.
But I tend to believe, what I'm telling everybody is I tend to believe our state numbers more than, say, the world numbers. And I'm leaning towards believing our country's numbers because they ain't making us look good at all on this. I mean, it just keeps going up and up and up and up and up. And with the numbers, and you know, I sat with my family this morning. And I talked to them, and I said, you know, the numbers as they are right now, because of testing, they're not bad. If you look at influenza, if you look at heart disease, how many people die of heart disease a year? 75 million? I don't know. I mean, it's 7 million people. I mean, it's astronomical how many people die, but they don't shut down. Thank goodness they don't shut down tobacco farms.
Right.
you know, but my thing is that not everybody's been tested and it hasn't run its course yet. So we'll see.
Yeah.
But I also know how you feel that.
You know, I was reading somewhere, this lady was saying that there was some guy in there and he had pneumonia and he had some, you know, some respiratory disease or something like that he had for a long time, and he died, and I don't know, they were getting ready to you know, take the death certificates or something, and she just kind of looked down at the death certificate, and she said they had changed it
to coronavirus.
And she's like, what?
Yeah,
I saw this.
I've heard stories about that, more than one.
Yeah.
That they're changing the cause of death to coronavirus instead of what the family knows they've actually died from. Do you think that they're playing with these numbers to make them higher?
You know, I was just talking to my mom, you know, and she's, you know, believing the whole thing too, but she's like, you know, it doesn't surprise her if she ever finds out that they are lying to her, you know.
It would not. Listen, everybody who's listening, it wouldn't surprise me if I did find out they were lying. I'm not saying.
And the thing of it is, too, is like I said, too, you know, I don't know what the story is.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But they're lying one way or another. How would it, you know?
Yeah,
I mean,
with every bit of truth, we are lied to somehow.
We just don't know. All we have to do is speculate, you know.
But when you look at things like the Spanish flu and the worst pandemic in history, when you look at something like that, and they're telling you, hey, this can be comparable to that. When you look at the spread of it, and you look at the spread of the Spanish flu, no, it's not comparable. I mean, people were dying within a day of having it, not being tested for it, but coming down with it. The death numbers or the mortality rate was obscene with the Spanish flu. And they also called it the blue death because people would turn blue and then they knew, hey, they didn't have no hope, so they just left them to die. The scary part to me is you get this, okay? Say you get this. God forbid. Yeah, everybody we're being told that, you know, if you're bad enough to be in the hospital, more than likely you're going to be on a ventilator, which wouldn't be any fun. In a coma, put in a coma.
Yeah.
And no one can come see you. And that's where I'm starting to lean towards, man, who in the hell's going to go to the hospital? I mean, if you can't have your family around, you know, you're dying, you're going to be put on a ventilator and your family can't even be around you? Holy shit, man. Yeah. That would be a scary decision to make.
Yep.
Unlike China, where they probably just took you in a room, shot you, and threw you in a crematorium. But They love life over there, Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah, they sure do. But go ahead. Did I hear what?
The briefing at the White House a couple days ago. I think it was the day before yesterday or something.
Yes, I'm sure I did.
Where they activated a Navy fleet.
Oh yeah.
I asked a guy I work with, how big is the fleet? He said it's huge. He said like thousands of guys. They said something about
the drug cartels.
The what?
They activated them because of the drug cartels, they said.
Oh yeah, drug cartels. Yeah. In the Pacific and the Caribbean.
We have a lot of drugs coming through the Pacific.
They activated. Well, I think it's odd. You know, I mean.
I know about fentanyl, but that comes into China, and we let that come in.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
Yeah. Well, you know, the world comes down with the flu, and let's get out there and crack heads on drugs. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That war on drugs is, you know.
Yeah, they said destroyers and like battleships, and they said combat ships. So what's a combat ship? Is that like a ship full of Marines? It's like, I guess that's what that is. You know. They activated the Air Force with reconnaissance planes and like submarine killers or something like that. So, man, this is one badass virus, man.
My question was, what kind of bullets kill this virus?
What kind of what?
What kind of rounds kill this virus? Because I need to get me some.
Yeah, the Navy, they're going to fire some big shells at it.
I just don't. I don't understand. But again, I do not believe Donald Trump is out to hurt the country.
Oh no!
I believe that if he was out to hurt the country, he would say he's between a rock and a hard spot. Because here's the thing: there's a choice to be made. Do you let the economy die, or do you let people die?
Yeah, you know something else too is part of this. What they deploying all this stuff to fight drugs, which they're like, with this flu thing, they're kind of threatening us with these cartels coming in or something, but
yeah.
But I don't know if I don't know if I told you. I think I did, but
you probably did. I probably didn't listen.
A year and a half or two ago.
I sure in the hell don't remember that.
Well, I mean, no, they said recently they're like, oh yeah, they're finding out that they're in these big tunnels and stuff. They're all underground, and they're going to be going down there and flush them out of these tunnels.
I've heard about that in California and the surrounding areas over there.
Yeah, it was like a year and a half or 2 years ago. The military came out and they were saying that they're training to fight underground. So they know they were going to have this virus opportunity in 2 years. Well, the virus is coming up in 2 years. We better start learning to fight underground, Also, it was probably a year ago that they were, there was some guy, it was on Marfugel that he has different people calling in, and somebody said,
I love promoting other people's shows.
Oh, yeah. So you love what? Plugging other people's shows?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got some good information from them,
Oh, yeah.
But somebody called in. They said they were in supply for the military. I don't think it was like one specific branch or something like that. And he said they ordered like 60,000 night vision goggles.
Wow.
And then they were buying more. And in fact, there was something where one of the components they needed for these night vision goggles, and then the U.S. did eminent domain, and they took it from them. Like
Intimate
what? Yeah,
domain.
the stuff they're like they're not making these night vision goggles fast enough. Yeah, they paid for it. Yes, they paid for it, but they took it.
Yeah.
They're like these other people that are they're needing this. We needed more.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
So it's like, wow. You know.
It's kind of like the whole face masks thing.
Yeah.
Everybody should wear them, but they need them more. And you
Yeah.
know, I don't disagree that our healthcare workers deserve to be protected, but I have heard some statements that bother me from some healthcare workers that, you know, we're on the front line.
Yeah.
When you went into the medical field, you had to have known you weren't going to deal with poison ivy every day. You're going to deal with some nasty stuff. And we thank God for everybody in the medical field.
Yeah.
And God knows, I mean, they're like firefighters on 9/11 running into the buildings while everybody else is running away.
Yeah.
But my thing is that my whole argument is if they protect nurses, why won't they protect me? Because I keep on hearing wearing a face mask, only an N95 or whatever they are, will protect you. Then why are they taking these face masks from people that are making cloth face masks? You know,
they're taking them from them. What do you mean?
People are making cloth face masks.
Yeah, I've seen several different people that are doing stuff like that.
Mr. Pillow is making cloth face masks. If they do no good, then why would you bother to use them?
Placebo.
but do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
my theory is anything's better than nothing. Even if it's just there to remind you, don't touch your face, dumbass. You understand what I'm saying? I don't understand that, and I know I go on and on about that, but it just I'm so tired of hearing it and seeing on Facebook. Oh no, them masks don't help you, so donate them to the hospital.
Right.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, people make some really ridiculous statements without thinking about it.
You know, these don't work. Give them to the nurses.
Yeah.
Okay, dumbass.
Yep.
But yeah, I don't know, and I've said this from the beginning.
I don't either. I don't.
I've said it from the beginning. I hope I'm wrong. I see the numbers steadily climbing. To say that I'm not scared and not worried, well, let's not say scared. Let's say concerned.
Right.
I believe we should have a healthy fear of it. But then again, we always have to have a boogeyman. Terrorism was the last one. Before that was the war on drugs. Before that was communism.
There's been a bunch of little things in between all that.
Yes, but my thing is a virus going to be our new boogeyman? Man, that's a good one. You can't see it.
Yeah, the thing of it is the most effective ones are the ones that if you don't listen to me, you're going to die. It's like, well, I better not take that chance.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing. If somebody's pointing a gun at you, do as I say. It's like Dirty Harry. Do you feel lucky, punk? It's like,
I mean,
is there a bullet here or not? Did I shoot 6 times? If you're gonna take that,
believe me,
take that chance or not?
We are on day 22, and I've been out once shopping. That's it. In 22 days, I've been out for about 2 hours, maybe. Other than that, I've been inside the house. I believe we just lost Joe. My phone may have just went dead, which would be wonderful. Yeah, my phone just went dead. So we don't have a line open. Justin's on that right now. He's such a tech. Look at him go. Look at him. Woo! Oh yeah, we don't have a camera. You can't look at him. Boy, he's on top of it. He's like Johnny on the spot. We're gonna let that phone charge up. But yes, what was I saying?
I have no clue.
You don't listen to us.
Never.
Yeah, I just blew it right there with my phone going dead. It was just,
I don't
yeah.
listen because it's all fake news.
It is. It's all fake news. No, hello, me, Mike.
I have no clue what I'm talking about.
No video. It's Friday, not Saturday. We only do video on Saturday. We can only scare you people once a week with my beautiful face. But the thing is that, the virus is a good way to scare people. I get that. That's a good boogeyman. I mean, terrorists, you can see that. And they fucked up so much with that narrative of 9/11 that, I mean, you notice they don't even bring that up. They don't, China. They've destroyed that narrative. Is just, no one believes it. And if you still believe the 9/11 story, the commission report, you believe what they told you, you really, 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 really need to go see a doctor, because
You really, 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 really need to do your research.
because you will learn real quick that that is false. I mean, it just can't be. Listen, people, to get out the virus here, I took my family. We used to go to Washington, D.C. quite a, there for a while. It was like every year. It's a great place to go on vacation when there isn't a virus attacking everyone.
Yes.
But thank you, Dave. I know I'm gorgeous. It's a great place to go on vacation. But we went to the Pentagon, and we went to the memorial site, the site of the Pentagon that was hit. My wife hates something about me, and it's that what's on my mind usually comes out of my mouth before I think about it. I talk before I think, so I have no problem talking to anyone. Anybody who knows me knows I'll talk to anyone. I don't care who you are. But there's cabs lined up out there, and it was really me and my two teenage sons were standing with me. Justin was one of them. Dustin was the other. And I asked the taxi driver if he was around here that morning. He went, "Oh yeah, I was right." He was an Indian, a dot Indian, not a feather Indian. He said, "Yeah, I was right here." I said, "Really?" Well, where the metro lets you off and the buses is facing right in the direction where the jet would have been coming in. I said, "So you actually saw this jet hit these light poles?" "Oh, no. These light poles already down." I was like, "What?" "Oh, yeah, they were on the ground already." So no plane. Only explosion. Heard no plane. Only explosion. It's like, no shit. No, nothing. He goes, "We come here." Many of us were here because it happened as offices were opening. People were coming into work. You see people work at the Pentagon. It's just not, it's not like an army barracks. It's a actual place of employment. So I went to another cab driver I wanted to see. Well, found another one. Yes, I was parked right here. So you saw the plane come in. No plane. What about the light poles that were down? Oh, they were already down. Really? And they ain't being secretive. They ain't. Nope. So no plane, only explosion. Big ball of fire. Heard the explosion, big ball of fire. And then second bomb go off. Second bomb? What? So anyway, we walk up to the memorial, which is a weird memorial. If you ever see it, it looks like a bunch of diving boards.
Yeah.
All right? It does make sense if you read about it. If you're just looking at it and looking at, what in the hell is this? Everyone has a name on it. If the diving board is facing towards the building, it means that person was on the plane.
They were supposed to be plane wings.
And they were going into the building. The ones facing towards the highway, away from the Pentagon, them were the people that were in the Pentagon and were killed. So we're walking around, and they have Secret Service police there. They have Pentagon police. They have everyone there. Well, we had taken my mother-in-law with and my daughter, my youngest daughter, and we were walking around. You know, there's really nothing, just these diving boards everywhere with a thing of water and a light in it. I'm sure it's beautiful at night, lit up, but it really, you're like, what the hell is this? And then all these dates and stuff on a wall, and that's their birthdays, and it's hard to explain. It's really messed up. But we were walking around, and the Pentagon people, it's a big building. I mean, it is a huge building. But when you get there, it is nowhere as near as big as what you are expecting you are going to see. Like when we're talking about one wedge, one side, not that big. And I'm sorry, it's, what would you say, about as tall as the peak of a 3-story house? I mean, it wasn't that huge. I mean, I was expecting tons bigger. I really was. How about you?
Yeah, but if if this guy walked around it, it's not that big.
Yeah, if I walked around it, it's not big. And I was still breathing fine. So, anyway, thanks for that, Dick. So anyway, we get to there, and we're standing there, and here comes 2 Secret Service police and a couple Pentagon police. And I'm like, tell my wife, I gotta ask them if they were here. And where did this plane hit? So one came up, and I said, well, they all came up, and I said, so where did this plane supposedly hit? And he says, one of them goes, yeah, it supposedly hit. See that window there on the first floor? See that brick right at the bottom of that window? It says September 1st, 2001 on it. Yeah, that's where it supposedly hit. I said, that low to the ground? He said, exactly. I said, did a plane hit this? And the other guy said, we're getting out of here. And this guy looked at me and shook his head. Nope. No jet hit this. And walked away. The other guys, they moved their asses. They didn't have a comment. All they had to say was, yep, sure did. So I turn around and I look at the highway. And I look at the building. The highway is way up above the Pentagon. There is no way in hell, at the speeds they are saying, that guy basically flew like a helicopter and napped the earth and made that plane hit that building that low. No way in hell. Go there. My recommendation is, if you believe it, the story that a plane hit it, go there. Go there and look. It will change your mind. If you don't believe it, go there, because it will confirm everything that you've thought this whole time. Ain't no damn plane hit that building. Period. Couldn't have happened. Wouldn't have happened. Especially some guy out of a sand dune that couldn't even fly a Cessna. No way could he have hit the Pentagon where they say they hit him. I don't even think he could have hit the top of the Pentagon. But yeah, that's my Pentagon story. And it was just confirmed. Everything I thought, not everything I heard, but a lot of what I heard, and the critical thinking that we talk about on the show, and the questioning and the searching. There is a woman that worked for the CIA. Maybe you can look this up. She has a book and she has a talk. If you look it up on YouTube, Justin, if you can attach that to this, it's Behind the Smoke Curtain. And all this is about, now this is a Pentagon CIA insider, this woman. She knows what she's talking about. You need to watch, and it's kind of dry at the beginning. But, yes. It is a great, it's not a documentary. Basically, she's giving a lecture on 9/11 and the Pentagon attack. But wow, she knows what the hell happened, and she's telling the truth about what happened. And he's attaching it right now. But to her,
just attach the link.
Yeah, just attach the whole link. He's gonna attach the link. But go ahead and watch that. That is phenomenal. And then look at the photos. Watch the video. And you'll understand why I'm telling you to watch the video of the supposed plane hitting the building. Watch how far down it is and by the fire station. That's all I really have to say. That's it. That's showing on the screen. That was the lecture right there. So make sure you watch that. And she gives it to you straight. And she even tells, 9/11 truthers, hey, you got it wrong. You're right, but you got some of it wrong, and here's why. And it really, it'll make the hair stand up on your arm, the things she has to say. Let me see if my phone's on again. Ooh, I think we can turn her on safely now. It's turning on, people. But yeah, well, I mean, what did it do for you, Justin? You were a teenager. You were a kid. Do you believe, by looking at it, that? Is there any possible way?
The Pentagon?
Yeah.
No, not at all. No.
Once you're there and standing there, it's...
The window is only 3 foot off the ground.
And
the brick is under the window, and that's supposedly where the nose of the jet hit.
Yeah,
3 foot off the ground.
You're
going to tell me that the nose of 747 is 3 foot off the ground?
I believe it was a 757, even bigger.
757?
And did not gouge the lawn at all.
Yeah.
Now there's no lawn there. It's all concreted, and, you can get fairly close to it, but you really need to take the time to go there. Somebody left to watch a documentary. Son of a bitch. We got to stop posting stuff that's better than ours. Oh, gosh. They're back. No, but I believe we are up and running on the telephone. So, Joe, I apologize, buddy. But now we'll give Miss Kim a call and see what's going on in the medical arena. I'm sure it's the same thing, but hey, you never know. Actually, Kim, give us a call. And after you call us, send me your phone number. That way I can call you. But go ahead and give us a call, Kim, and we'll see what's going on the front lines here. Yes, Dave says, and when all this is over, everyone will go back to their same old ways. I don't think they will. First of all, I don't think many people have changed anything. Yeah. And I don't believe anybody who's been in my house stuck in here for 22 days without going outside, without the choice of going. Well, we've gone outside, but without the choice of going in. There's a lot to be said about staying home and then not having a choice but to stay home, having the opportunity to leave. It sucks. Yeah, I'm sorry, Joe. Usually we have my phone plugged in the whole time, but we had a little family emergency here before we actually while we were going on air. My grandson hurt himself a little bit. Nothing serious, nothing terrible. I don't want to scare anybody out there, but yeah, but we did the best we could, took care of it. I don't know. I'm not going back to my old ways. I'm sorry, you put your hand out to me. I'm going to tell you, get the damn thing out of my face. I heard that day. Kyle says, I heard that day. Office personnel were told to stay home. Skeleton crew was at Pentagon. I don't know. All I know is on the side where the Pentagon was, where the explosion was on, they were having construction, so there weren't a lot of people in that section of the Pentagon. I do know that. There was one lady who was in the blast that survived that said she swears that it was her computer that caused the explosion. When she turned it on, it exploded. And I believe you will see that in that. What was her name? Barbara Behringer or something? Mm-hmm. On that,
yeah, Barbara
Haniger. That woman, I believe, is on this talking. But a lot of good information on this. Like I said, it's a little dry. I like lectures as far as when I'm interested in it. I'm not going to go to a insurance lecture for fun, but I will go. Yes, note to self: when this blows over, invest in toilet paper.
Yes.
Oh yeah, we haven't bought one package of toilet paper. I guess we had more than what we thought. My mother hoards toilet paper. It's not a thing that happened suddenly during this virus. My mom literally is panicked when there's only 12 rolls in the house. She sweats, and
each pack we buy, she takes 2 out and stores in her closet.
Yeah, I mean, and she wasn't even alive during the Depression, but she acts like toilet paper is food. And I've accused her of eating it on several occasions. Kim, if you're listening, give us a call. Please. If not, the line is open. Kim hasn't called yet, so the line is open. And if you are interested in calling, Kyle, if you want to call.
He said he's drunk.
Hey, more power to you. Steve didn't care. Give us a call. It could be entertaining.
I think we tricked Steve a little bit.
Well, I take no responsibility for that at all. Yeah, Kyle, if you want to give us a call, man. 219-380-9918. Kyle's one of them guys who's one of our faithful and is always on here when we're on, and we appreciate him. And he knows a lot of stuff. I mean, he knows his what's going on. I'm sure we disagree on some things, but that don't matter. Kyle uses his mind, he questions, and he searches, and he has the ability to critically think and think for himself, which isn't a real common thing nowadays. We're here with our loyal 6. And you know what? I'd do it if we had one listener. The numbers don't bother me. One day we'll get that one bit of information and we'll hit that one topic. And I know that God will bless us and we'll explode and things will go great. And hey, if we don't, we'll talk to whoever wants to listen. Even if you don't want to listen, we'll still talk.
And make you watch.
Sometimes doing this live, it kind of depresses you because you can see how many people are watching, and sometimes it's like, oh man. And you know, pre-recording them, you'll go to sleep at night and wake up and oh man, I got 24 views. You know, but you don't get that. You know.
We got 1,000.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we've gotten thousands on our other channels, but that was Joe and I and Justin and Connor, but I can't wait till all those guys can come back. We miss every one of them, and now there's only 4 watching, but we're gonna keep on going. Them are probably the people in my house watching, so we'll just. But anyway, anybody wants to call? Who is this? Oh, this is Kim, I believe. Hello?
Hey, bud.
Oh, my goodness. Is this Mr. Garrett?
This is the mythical unicorn known as Mr. Garrett.
Hey, Mr. Garrett. How you doing, buddy?
Good. How have you been, man?
You know what? I can't complain. I'm fat. I'm sassy. I am tired of being in the house.
Middle-aged, depressed.
You know,
man.
you know me. I like to go jogging every day, so it's been a real curse for me. It's really getting in the way of my yoga and my hot yoga, and you know. But other than that, I'm fine.
Well, I am a first-time caller, a long-time listener.
I know you are, and we. Well, what do you got for our ones of listeners?
I don't know, man. It's like.
What are you
really
thinking?
strange time. I don't know. I'm like anybody else. Like there's just like I don't know, a bunch of stuff going on. Like it's like, do we like perpetuate the panic or like I don't know, man. It's just like
You know, and
and
it seems I think to a lot of people that's what I'm doing, and I'm not. I'm just saying, take some kind of precaution. Just don't go out there.
It feels like we're September 11th all again, but instead of all coming together, we all have to come together in our houses 6 feet apart, you know?
Yeah. It's a lonely feeling.
It just feels like it's a test run of some sorts that's coming up in the near future, you know?
You know, and I've said that. You know, I believe this is real. Do I think this is the end all? No. I don't think that at all. But mark my words, as sure as shit, one day it's going to be real.
I just don't. My whole thing is like I don't get like people buying toilet paper. It's a respiratory illness. Like,
well, that's mental illness.
To the store is like there's still Infamil on the shelves. There's still canned goods on the shelf. There's still like ibuprofen and cough medicine on the shelves. But these morons are buying up toilet paper. Like, are you serious? Like,
yeah, it's mental illness, Kyle. That's what it is. And I'm not making fun. You know, you make fun of your, you call your friends retarded. You don't call retarded people retarded. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it ain't cool to make fun of a retard. It's fun to make fun of your retarded friend.
Yeah.
But these people actually have mental issues. I mean,
I don't believe that.
It's like what we just did. Well, we bought a bidet.
Yeah, I literally freaked out a guy at Meijer the other day. I spent like $300 on like camping stuff and fire starters. He's like, bro. I'm like, yeah, everyone else is buying like, toilet paper. I'm here buying hatchets and fire starters and bug out bags. He's like, bro.
Oh, yeah, well, you know what? We went into Walmart the other day, and well, not the other day. It was weeks ago. Jeez, I remember it was so great being outside. But we went in there, and I'll tell you what, we look like we look like them people at Walmart when we're all got up. Yeah.
You're wearing your like
and
with unicorns on it.
Here's the beauty of it, dude. When you're all covered up, ain't fucking nobody knows it's you. You might as well get as goofy as you want. Ain't nobody gonna know it's you. You know? So we're all fucking masked up. I got a cowboy hat on, goggles. I mean, rubber fucking gloves.
Under quarantine.
Oh yeah, I mean, I got rubber gloves on, and I'm walking through, and people are shaking their heads at me. You know,
I actually contemplated on wearing my respirator inside of Al's just to freak people out.
Yeah, well, but I don't see a problem with wearing shit. You know what? Chances are, if you're protecting yourself, you're not gonna get it.
Dude, to be honest with you, man, I can't get sick. That's like my superpower. I cannot get sick. Ashley and my daughter had flu A, and I was eating off them, drinking off them. They were both running temperatures, have aches and pains. Yeah. And I'm like, all right, well, I'm going to do an experiment. I'm going to take my own temperature and see what I'm running right now, because I've been with you guys for like 2 weeks now while you guys are dealing with this. My temperature's at a solid 96.3. But the only thing that was weird, though, is like I lost my sense of taste and my sense of smell, which was really odd. I'm like, maybe it was like the flu pulling a sick joke on me. Like, hey, I can't run up your fever. I can't make you ache and pain, but I'll take your sense of smell and.
Well, we're learning how people deal differently with viruses. Really, I mean,
I've actually considered donating blood, dude. Because I'm type O negative, and I think I read somewhere on NBC.
O negative, everybody can take your blood. Anybody can take
yeah,
blood.
Yeah. But I heard people that have type A blood are more susceptible to getting the corona.
Yeah.
Versus people with O. So I was like, man, I don't think I've been seriously ill since I was like 6 years old. So I was like, maybe I'll just go like the doctor just to donate blood just to see like how my antibodies are, or.
Well, my thing is, I believe this was here in November last year.
Yeah, and then, what? That's the funny thing is,
I was sick. I couldn't breathe.
She said the same thing.
And I mean, there were several times, and you know me, Kyle. I don't want to go to the hospital. I never go to the hospital. I mean, we've known each other for years. I'm not one that just goes to the hospital or the doctor because, I mean, look at me. Holy shit, I'm not a walking, I'm not exactly what you call the epitome of health. I don't go to the doctor unless he won't refill my drugs. Then I gotta go. But the thing is I was after my wife a couple times. Man, I need to go to the emergency room. I cannot breathe. I mean, I felt like I was drowning on mucus coming out of my nose, my sinuses, and my chest. I couldn't breathe. And I'm telling you, that was it. I have never been that sick.
Yeah, see, the only thing just like everybody else that around this region deals with, I deal with seasonal allergies like a motherfucker, but everything else, I mean, nothing was out of the ordinary. I was never achy. I never had fever. I just lost my sense of smell and my sense of taste, and that was it. And I was like, "Oh, this is weird."
Yeah,
I guess I was reading online. I don't know how true. Everything posted online is true.
Oh, everything on Facebook.
Well, no, it's not Facebook. I actually read it from like CBS, but
everything on CBS is true.
Hence the name, CBS.
Yeah, and also you might want to check out CNN because I heard they tell the truth.
Yeah.
Well, at least 2 days ago they did. It was April Fool's Day, so I think they told the truth that day. But yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
That was awesome how like the Cuomo brothers were fighting over the coronavirus on live TV. I thought that was cute.
I think that.
Did you see that?
No, I did not see
on,
that.
on who was mommy's favorite. That was pretty epic.
Really?
Yeah.
What were they calling him? What's his nickname now? Fredo?
I have no idea, but
I think it's
just,
Fredo.
I was like, at the time of the pandemic, you guys are really going to be on air arguing about who's mommy's favorite.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. What do you expect? That's news. I mean, people tune in to these news agencies to find out who Kim Kardashian's fucking. Listen, I'm going to tell you. Everyone. That's who. Everyone. Everyone but me.
yeah, I stopped watching news. I stopped watching the news. I just like go on the websites and check every now and again. My main news source is Drudge Report.
Drudge is okay. I don't know what's going on with Drudge. I know they were bought out.
Oh, really?
From what I heard, yes. But I don't know. I don't know. See, it's what do you believe? You know, I go on.
Yeah.
I always go on the Joe rant of, oh, you can't believe nothing. But in some cases, Joe's absolutely right. Who do you believe?
Well, I mean, every lie is based on some kind of half-truth, right?
It has to be, or it's
Lie-
going to be so unbelievable. No
every
one's
lie, every joke as a comedian is based on some kind of half-joke. You know, or half-truth, I should say.
Yeah. So it's the thing you have extremes on both ends. Here's a for instance. CNN, Trump does nothing right. Fox, Trump does nothing wrong.
Yeah, I don't like that, man. Like, I hate government in all forms.
Yeah.
I'm all for less government. I don't like Big Brother. I believe in the free market. That's why I'm a libertarian. But yeah, I don't care if you're Trump, Bernie, Biden, anybody. Like, no politician gives a shit about any of us.
Well, the same thing is everyone up to Trump to an extent. To an extent. Listen, you've heard me say it before. He's not my guy so much where he says he don't do any wrong. He does.
No.
He's done less wrong than the idiots I've seen before. Okay?
Yeah,
That's it.
Obama was Fast and Furious.
Yeah, I mean, he's done less wrong. And you know what? Shit may come out. Shit may come out what he did do. You know?
No.
It will.
And I'm sure it will come out. But what people got to realize is all these politicians work for the same people. And them people are not me and you. They are special interest group, lobbyists, and that's who they work for. If the American people pay you $10, but another dude's willing to pay you $100, who are you going to work for?
Right.
The other guy. And,
yeah, I don't usually go out and vote, but I think the strongest candidate the Democrats had, who they threw under the bus, I think Tulsi Gabbard would have gave Trump a run for his money instead of fucking Bernie or fucking Biden.
Trump's got this, unless he...
No, yeah, well, yeah, oh yeah, without a doubt. Now he has it.
The only thing that can fuck Trump is Trump.
Yeah.
He needs to shut his mouth and...
Stay the fuck off Twitter.
Yes, I agree. I agree. Shut up. Do your job. Take care of the problems you got right now. Stop worrying about everybody else. Nancy Pelosi. Nancy Pelosi.
I can't wait for him to debate Biden, dude, and be like, "So, Joe, what exactly city and state are we in right now?" Like, I don't fucking know.
Trump does do some things wrong, but he does them on purpose. Yeah, I meant to do that. That was a comment from Joe. No, he does do things. I called him out. I didn't think that bombing Soleimani was a good idea. No, maybe it was. We all have and I'm never going to agree with anybody 100%. I've been friends with you for years. I don't agree with you 100%.
Yeah, I've never agreed with you snatching lunches out of the employee cooler and eating them.
Well, we will. That is that, sir, is a conspiracy theory that no one can prove.
That's facts, son.
That is a conspiracy theory, and you are a foil hat wearing person.
That's socialism. Well, his lunch is my lunch.
Well, that's all the time we have for Kyle Garrett today. No, I used to be quite.
No, but to be on a serious note, they offered Ashley $9,000 a week. She got an alert, I think, like last week or the week before, to go work as an RN in Chicago on the front lines for all this, coronavirus shit.
I
She's
mean,
in a nervous bag.
understand my point. Kyle, listen to what I have to say. I mean, we have our regulars on here. This is your first time calling, and I want
Long time listener.
Yeah, but I want other people to call in, even if you disagree with me, even if you do agree with me. I want to know what your.
Yeah, I do for the most part. Yeah, I agree.
I just want to know what you think, and here's where I'm at with the coronavirus. This is what turned my whole thinking around, because I thought like Joe, and I thought, you know what, they're just using this to scare us. They've done this shit before. Nothing new, same old shit. We got another boogeyman. It's called Corona. But here's what gets me. NFL shut down. Major League Baseball shut down. Now bars, restaurants.
Well, I mean,
everyday things shut down. How many billions upon trillions of dollars people are losing? People won't lose that amount of money for nothing.
But my thing is like, we design weapons of war. We're pretty efficient at killing people, but to me, Mother Nature is always going to be the most efficient killer.
She tends to. She's not prejudiced at all.
No.
Although I do notice that she goes after trailer parks quite often.
We're not talking about the HIV or the herp right now, bro. We're talking about the Rona.
She does go after trailer parks with her tornadoes, but she don't like poor people. No, I'm just playing. I am a poor people. My whole I worry about the economy, but here's my thing. There is no money worth your life.
Yeah.
But
I worry about the elderly, man, because, you got all these assholes buying up toilet paper and buying up shit, the elderly people need, and that's what worries me the most is, like, everyone's, in their consumerism frenzy, like, buying toilet paper, but everyone's leaving the elderly on the back porch. I can't tell you how many elderly people I see walking up and down the toilet paper aisle that has no toilet paper. I'm like, you motherfuckers. I'm like, are you serious? I'm like,
yeah. And these freaking hood rats will fight and punch each other over a roll of toilet paper.
I'm like, how about we protect, the people who are most susceptible to it, like the elderly, instead of, you going out being an asshole and buying all the rolls of toilet paper off the shelf.
The problem with that is, Kyle, is that our young and unfortunately even some people our age have bought into this new democratic system, which is socialism.
Yeah,
and it's caring about yourself. You put yourself first. I mean, look at you, me, and for people who don't know, Kyle and I worked together for years. And the guys we worked with were men. What do you see now when you look out and see these men on TV? They're not men.
No.
They care about themselves and that's it. They don't care about their children. They don't care about they care about them. And that's if their women let them have children.
See, and that's why I hate, like, I was born in 85. I hate being considered a fucking millennial. I always considered myself a Gen Xer. I have the old school beliefs, and you know, I was raised by my grandparents. Like, I don't get, like, I don't know.
Well,
Don't get all this. Like,
it's
share
because
resources.
it's because in your generation, I'm Gen X. In your generation, they started giving out trophies for just participating. Everybody, no one learned how to lose. And let me give everybody words of wisdom. You're gonna lose. In life, you lose. But that's how you become a winner. If it didn't suck to lose, no one would be successful.
That would make you want to strive for better, you know, be better and make adjustments.
And that's why socialism don't work.
That's why I love Joel, because every time I did something wrong, he'd be like, "You dumbass."
Oh yeah,
like Red from that '70s show.
Oh yeah, well, and that's we had a boss. Well, he's a friend, but he was a boss. He knew us. We worked with him. He trained us. He was, I mean, one of the best pressmen I've ever met in my life, if not the. He's grown up. Strict Christian growing up, and he don't hold no punches. Hey, if you're being a dumbass, guess what? You're being a dumbass.
We need more people like that, dude.
Oh, most definitely.
And
you know, and that's why my boys are the way they are, is because if they fucked up, you know what? You fucked up. Yeah.
Man, it's a messed up world. You need thick skin, man.
You need thick skin, but you also need to know you're not anybody's princess, but daddy's. You know, like my daughters. You're not anybody's princess but mine. No one cares about you like I do. No one cares about you like your parents do. And kids need to learn that.
So,
go ahead.
What was I going to say? So I had to have my temperature taken and fill out another questionnaire today with a nursing home, which is understandable.
Yeah, and you know what? You tell Ashley we're praying for her, and we appreciate all the work we're doing. I just wanted to get that out there before I forget to say it. And take care of your. I've seen your daughter; she's beautiful, and
thank you.
And you, Kyle's a great dad, and does what a dad. What a man's supposed to do. So I appreciate you, Kyle. I appreciate what you do. I appreciate you not only as, you know, a brother, a friend, but as another human being, and what you stand for and what you represent. So
thanks, man. Maybe when all this is over, we can like shake hands. I would, you know.
Well,
shake hands
I'll click feet with you, buddy. All right, brother. I appreciate your call, dude, and don't be afraid to call in anytime.
Yep, I'm gonna go back to listen to your podcast now.
All right, brother. Hey, we'll get another listener. All right, bye-bye. That was Kyle, guys. Great guy. No, I mean, why he says it's true is you do need thick skin in this world. You know, fine and dandy when you're a kid, they give you a reward for everything you do. But that don't happen in the real world. In the real world, you get a boot up your ass, and you get.
It does if you're socialism.
If you're socialism, you're all worthless scum. And that's why socialism doesn't work, because why should I bust my ass when he's getting the same thing? There's no incentive to do better, to be better. And that was all part of the plan, guys. The plan is to stop critical thinking and get the public to expect something for nothing. Hey, fatty, you want to be on the track team? Oh, I can't hardly walk. I'm fat. That's all right. You don't even have to run. We'll give you a trophy for sitting down and holding the bench down. Oh, he said fat. Listen, I'm fat. I can lose weight if I wanted to, if I had to drive to. Yeah, body shaming. Are you kidding me? I should be ashamed of my body. It's fat. It's gross. You don't want to. I don't want to see it. I mean, but oh my gosh, today I'm gonna be a unicorn, and you better call me a unicorn. Today I want to be a tiger, and you better tell me to be the best damn tiger there is. It's the world's gone insane, and I don't know, folks. It's crazy. It is silly. It is something. But I don't look like we're going to get a call from Kim. I haven't seen Mr. Steve on the line, on the chat at all. So I'm thinking we're about done for this evening. We will be live tomorrow, however, with some video. I'm thinking.
Sexy video.
I'm thinking I'm going to put on my what are them called? The man bikinis?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wrap yourself up in a robe.
I'm thinking about just wearing nothing and wrapping myself in saran wrap.
Ooh,
We'll
that's
see. Oh boy, is it? But yeah, that's. I'm thinking that's about it, guys. Again, numbers are looking not good. We're at 3,437. That's up 398 people. We're looking at 102 deaths. That's up 24 in the great state of Indiana. United States, we're looking at over a quarter of a million, 276, 392. Deaths are up over 7,000 at 7381. That's up 1,587. Though we have 12,268 recovered, still don't look good, guys. Don't want this. Don't want none of you to get it. But as always, be safe. Take precautions. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. And as always, till next time, later.